Second. Can't hear myself. All right. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Everybody should be able to hear me. And in 1 second, you should be able to see me. So, yep, there we go. So, hopefully, everybody afternoon is going good. Just some updates. Finally, market woke up from its slumber. But I wanted to make sure that I came on here and went over what's next, since we did have a little bit of downside action. So, should be good to go in a second. There we go. So, you got, I would say right here, you got pretty much the QQQ, which actually broke down. We're here at 600 again. So the Qs just came down here to this downside, right here at 600, right? So if you're looking now, two things that I want to stress to you. We're right here, back into prices, back into demand here on the NASDAQ ETF. JPM did break below 300. And if you're watching the VIX, the VIX index, you'll see that right here, it just hit 23. So the VIX is up about 16% today. Like I was saying earlier, I really didn't trust when the market was going upward, but the VIX was staying elevated above 20. So the SPY is currently at 663. So just look at these couple levels here. Look at that QQQ. So I just need y'all to watch that. Look at that Qs. If we do break down, right, Trump, let me see. Tariff dividends, I don't care about that. Yeah. That's what that is. It seems just running now. So looking here now at 600, the next level on the downside action is 596. I want to put that on the table again. So now at this 596, what I want to do is I want to take this trend line and stretch this thing across. So this area right here, that 596, 597 area, if the QQQ breaks down through that, we are going to come and retest 592 and potentially have a drawdown all the way to 583. So what's incumbent upon Nvidia, right? So let me, we got MicroStrategy, you guys know that's going to 182. We touched on that earlier. So let me, there we go, strategy. Switch this over, pull up Nvidia side by side. So I need you guys to look at Nvidia here, right, as well here to this downside. NVDA underneath 183. We're currently here at 184.58, right? So following along, right? So these levels to the T, take these notes down. So if we break through 180, right, now we're on the table to potentially go downwards, getting below this $180 level, right? I want you guys to monitor and watch. I'll fit my data to screen. There we go. Right, that 174.25. So like I said here before, right, when you're looking here at the Qs now, we're seeing more selling come in, Nvidia sliding down underneath that 183, right? So if we pull down to 174, that's going to drag QQQ down below 592, right? So another bad day, and we'll be flushing, like I said, below and staying below 600. So the VIX is closing here at 23. The next level that you need to watch out for is $25, right? So on the VIX, I want you to put those levels down. $25 is the area that I want you to watch out for. If we're to bounce here on the Qs, it will be at about 596, 597. So let's see what the market does from an overnight perspective. Next ticker I want to discuss is AMDizzle. So AMD right now is hanging on by a thread and needle back down here to 238. Underneath this 237 area, breaking down outside of this diagonal trend line, you're going to go back to 226. Underneath 226, there's not really a ton of levels. There's a few, but not really a ton. Underneath 226, you're looking at 220 and 213. But that's only if AMD breaks underneath this 237. Once again, buyers could step in, right? Same way that they could on the QQQ. They could step right in here on AMD. So we came, erased all those gains. So we got a movement here on the downside on QQQ, and as well addition to SPY. So make sure you guys take those notes, right there on both of these names right now, right? So those are my thoughts as far as level setting, just to make sure we're crystal clear on both pages. so you know what's happening in that realm. Next stocks, of course, we have a ticker Coinbase, ticker Coin, Cono is what I meant to say. We're currently at 261. So Coinbase is coming down rather quickly. But if you think about it, Coinbase doesn't have much stopping it from being back down here to 230. If you remember last week, I told you guys that Coinbase will break down, ticker Cono. Just a reiteration of everything that I said earlier. But if you look on Cono, don't touch this ticker until $9 to $12, please. $9 to $12, that's your buy price on Cono. You want to see Coinbase underneath $200, roughly around 140 to 160 before you think about really touching this ticker. So I'm going to say that again, 140 to 160. Coinbase, $9 to $12. Right, $9 to $12 here on Coin. So I wanted to cover that. Hers and Hers is about to go to bed. So I want to set you guys up the right way with Hers and Hers. This ticker, I just dropped some analysis. If you missed that analysis on this ticker, no worries. I put it a few different places. So you can actually find it in my thoughts and tab right here. So primary level, Hers and SMCI. I just combined them both together because they relatively had the same levels that we're looking for. So Hers and Hers, and as well super micro computer, you can put them synonymous with each other just because they're around the same price levels, right? Hers and Hers and SM Sizzle is about to get dropped out the sky, right? So you're sitting here right now looking at SMCI currently at $33.98, right? So SMCI, let me chart it on this side. A couple of things to make note of here on SMCI. Let's try that right here. So we're right here on the cusp of breaking here to the downside. Just remove that real quick. So SMCI, as we get below these levels here, watch it at $27 and $23. So $27 and $23 is where I want you to watch SM Sizzle. Right, so down there in those areas and those levels, I want you to watch SMCI. So we like this ticker long-term investing wise. You got Hers and Hers, right? So I'm expecting Hers and Hers to come down here back to $17. I'm gonna tell you right now, this stock is coming down 50%. Someone asked me how I know this. This is a structural break here on the monthly and the weekly time frame on Hers and Hers. So this thing is about to go to bedtime for it. It's going to break down. Sellers is going to take this thing down to 23 and then take it to 17. 17 to be your buy-in price. $13, $17 will be your buy-in price. So SMCI hanging on by a thread here. Sellers about to take control. So you got the inversions of a lot of longer term trends. Like a lot of these trends have been intact. You got to consider this since mid to late 2024, just depending on what. So notice that 2024 magic number of September or August. Remember the last time we drew down here was April, right? So April. Now we held. So if volume comes in here and money comes in here, good and well. If it doesn't, these names are going to get cooked. So SMCI, definitely we are going to see a move here to the downside, right? And I definitely want to make sure that is clear and highlighted as far as what levels, right? To really go ahead and get SMCI as well as Hers and Hers. This has been a ticker we've been tracking for a minute as we broke through 40, lost that barrier, and now down here to 34.60. It's on the way to $30 a share, just as well as SMCI. So both these tickers are on the sell sheet. They're falling down, and we don't expect that to change anytime here soon. So just definitely something that I wanted to make note of. All right. So those are my notes on those tickers. You got ticker BA. Shout out to Mr. Walker in the building. He may be on the Zoom. He asked me to cover BA again. I know there's a couple people in it. I'm not in it, but just to cover it for people. 187 is where it's going. So 187 here on ticker BA. If you did take that trade, 187 is the next level of where you're looking to go here on ticker BA. 187. What's my thoughts? MicroStrategy 192. Oracle's holding strong so far. Let's talk Oracle real quick. But can we see a breakdown to 210? That's what we're waiting on. Maybe it happens tomorrow. We'll see. That's our level in the sand, though. We like to see a lower low get made at 210 bucks. 210 bucks, a lower low get made. So I want you guys to watch that. Lower low, $210. That's my thoughts. Oracle. So that's that there. Robinhood did what we wanted it to do. It hit our level pretty much perfectly. So that's why we closed out of the trade. So we got out of Robinhood right here at 113 bucks. It came, it inverted right here. Our entry clears day, 118 and 119. Boom, came down, came and hit our target. Boom. That was easiest trade of the day. Right, so Robinhood came right down to the level. Robinhood is down $9 today in totality, 7%. The NASDAQ today, the Dow really got flustered today. NASDAQ's only down 1.2%. The Dow is actually down more from a percentage standpoint. So if you remember, we spoke on the DIA, so the Dow Jones Industrial Average, DIA. Pull up your Dow real quick. We're right here sitting in demand. We broke down out of this bear flag. We touched on this on the watch list. We did see JPM and GS come down. So like I said, when the banks come down, that's what can pull the entire market down. So JPM and Goldman Sachs, both of those came here on the downside. So we did see the DIA revert back to this 464 level. So we're like 100 points away from that, which is $1, equivalent to $1. Beneath that, we can drop to 457. Right. So beneath that, 457, put that on your docket real quick. So Caterpillar, that'll mean if Cat gets underneath, right? I think the level is 546. Let me verify that. I mean 544, right? So 544. Another $5 and Caterpillar would be coming down as well, too. So the DIA did not have a good day today. And we did see some selling. JPM got underneath 300. So just print money, didn't print it today, unless you were catching a short. But it came here to the downside at this action. Another stock, Rubric. This is a mention long-term investing wise. So take these notes. 47 bucks, $40 to $47. I need you guys to get that right now. $40 to $47. Need you guys to get that now. Put that down in your notes. Rubric. Rubric. $40 to $47. Put that on your notes right now this second. Those are the levels that you should be paying attention to. All right. 40 to 47 bucks. I want you to watch out there. So if we break down and we break down in the long run, this is the area that I want you to pick up this name at, 40 to 47. You know, I want you to try to get it there. I don't know about 28. I don't want to stretch it there. You know, that would take a lot to happen, but I do think you're going to get 47 again. Confident in that regard. Really good company to buy. Currently, right now, it's about 12 billion in market cap. I want this name roughly in between 5 to 7 billion. Right now, some of you at 13 billion in market cap. 5 to 7 billion in market cap is where I want to pick this name up at. Ideally.
Too expensive right now for a loss-making business. So that's my thoughts on it. In the long run, it'll be a profit-making business. So think about long-term prosperity. So you want to pick up that name at those levels. So yep. So these are our pretty much our notes for this afternoon. Right here, the SPY is right here at 663. So if we can see that breakdown, 663. 658 is on the horizon underneath the low of the other week, underneath 661. So those are the levels to pay attention to. Circle minus $6 today. Circle and Core Weave still getting their butts cleaned up. Right, so QQQ is here in demand, so keep that in mind. You may see a pop on the SPY and the QQQ overnight, especially with price demand looming. So 597, 598 area would be where there will be some liquidity there. Webull, ticker Webull is $8 today. Earnings are in 3 days. 3 days away. Where I want you to buy Webull, no longer $7, $5. So hear me carefully. Webull, I want you to buy it at $5, no longer 7. $5. Don't touch that ticker until it gets to $5. Very confident that it'll get there. Changing it up. We called it down from 16 all the way here to 8. So I don't mind moving the price back $2 to save us some equity. And that is pretty much it for today. That is pretty much it in this regard. So hopefully everybody was able to get these notes in. Like I said, you got your SPY, your QQQ levels. That's pretty much it. Just a quick pop-up. Not going to be here long. Shut this thing down. But that's, you should have all your levels defined and written. So good day today. And I'll come back tomorrow ready to lock in and be focused again and catch this action. So I appreciate everybody for their time. We're going.